Pawniard is sadly another totally unnecessary Unova first stage Pokemon. Forwarding them all, and again, this little guy would be really fun to use in the early to mid game with its awesome Dark Steel typing along with its 85 attack, 70 defense, and even 60 speed, but with bad HP and special defense to balance it out. Even with just Feint Attack and Metal Claw early on, it would be pretty awesome, not to mention its incredible ability Defiance. But you can't even catch this thing until it is far outclassed, and it doesn't evolve until level 52? So stupid. It should be like 35 at most. 2.5 stars in battle prowess. But yeah, you can't even get Pawniard until right before the 8th gym in Unova, the 7th in the sequels and Kalos, and the end of Ula Ula and Alola, and Galar to the rescue again, where you can get it before the 3rd, which just barely rounds down to 2.5 stars. This whole line is really cool conceptually though. They are roughly based on Japanese bandits or gang members. Pawniard specifically would be the pawns in the organization, but they do also have quite a few other inspirations, which I hope I pronounced correctly: Ashigaru, Samurai, and Kaijin. They're also supposed to be slightly insectoid, which is cool. Very cool idea. 4.5 stars. But I do think that its design is another category where Pawniard is really outshined by its evolution. Bisharp is awesome, but Pawniard is a bit unimpressive. In the Gen 5 sprites specifically, it does look pretty good. They portray the metallic armor very well, and the knife points on the arms and torso do look very dangerous. But then there's this guy in 3D who is there, I guess. They just sucked all of the life out of its design, and I'm honestly not a huge fan of its official art either. 3 stars, which does move Pawniard to the final score of 3.125 stars overall. Bisharp is one of the best and most popular of the edgy Pokemon, so how will it do is we rate them all. Well, in battle, it is definitely pretty awesome. Firstly, Dark Steel is an amazing type combination with 9 resistances and almost as many immunities as weaknesses. It also has the Defiant ability, which is amazing for obvious reasons, especially paired with its already high 125 base attack. 100 defense is also very good here, but admittedly its other stats do leave a lot to be desired. This guy could really use an evolution. Its move pool is also pretty good, with Iron Defense, Assurance, Night Slash, Iron Head, and even Swords Dance for the endgame, as well as more than enough great TMs to boot. It has a lot going for it for sure, and it is very good, but I don't think that its stats are quite 5 stars. 4.5 stars in battle prowess. But its availability obviously has to take a hit. Pawniard doesn't evolve until level 52, and in the time it takes you to grind there from anywhere like 20s to mid 30s is awful. So it is going to take a probably generous half-star penalty down to 2 stars. But just like Pawniard before, it's based on a mix of Japanese military ideas and bandits or gang members, Bisharp having been promoted and no longer a pawn in the organization, as well as some insectoid inspiration like the Japanese rhinoceros beetle, who is tied to Samurai itself, in the name at least. Cool and unique idea for sure. 4.5 stars. Yet somewhat uniquely, Bisharp looks way better than either of the Pokemon in its line. It just does everything Pawniard was going for so much better. The new axe-like blade on its head getting the gold shade looks amazing, blending down into the intimidating face. Really, the color scheme as a whole looks incredible, like a bad guy Sharper Iron Man or something. The torso blades may look a bit goofy, but somehow work perfectly on Bisharp along with its now armored blade hands as well. I've never really cared for it too much personally, mostly because I never get to use it, but I have to agree with you guys on this one. This is clearly a 5-star design. So that will promote Bisharp to the final score of a nice 4 stars.